Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's episode of TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday. I'm your host, Nicole Crone, here on My Aligned Purpose, the podcast. And I'm giving it another go here at video recording. And, here's the honest truth. I wish I could tell you that I was recording this, I don't know, any other time besides like 10 hours before you're going to hear this, but that's simply not the truth. Because here's the thing. I have another episode recorded and I had it published, like set ahead to go for when you will hear what is this episode. But then I just really got thinking about how I want to talk about the energetic set point of your business. And it's like when creativity flows through me, I know that I have to just go with it. And so that's what I want to talk about today on the podcast. Before I get into it, a couple of fun, really great updates that you might want to take note of, put in your calendar, sticky note, whatever your vibe is, whatever you need to do to remember this. I just want to share some things before I get into the actual content. So a reminder that every single day this week, so what are the dates this week? February 6th to the 10th, Kayla and I are going to be going live on Instagram to talk about literally everything. It's like if you could be a part of our conversations when we're behind the scenes where all the time I'm like, Kayla, hit record. We need to record this. This content's so good. So we decided let's just go live and literally talk about all the things we talk about like behind closed doors, but openly. And we're inviting you all into the conversation. So that's really fun. And for those of you who are not yet a part of our collective, and those of you that are, a reminder, we have some really great workshops coming up this week by members of our Platinum Experience community. So on Monday, we have Eileen March. So today, if you're hearing this today, we have Eileen March is hosting our Cyclical Living workshop, and that's going to be happening at noon PST inside of our community. So you want to make sure that you are a part of our My Aligned Purpose community, and then you have access to that workshop. There's an event inside the Facebook group. You'll see it there. And then on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. PST, we have Kyla Gagnon is going to be hosting a Conscious Connected Breathwork session for our community. And so this is a free opportunity to breathe with Kyla. And she has done her breathwork training, I believe, through Pneuma Somatics. She is absolutely fantastic. Every single time we breathe with Kyla, I'm just like so moved and taken to a new depth of understanding of how my breath can totally transform my life and how your breath can transform your life too. So just want to share those things before we get started. We're going to be going live every day this week, noon PST on IG. So make sure that you log into that. If you missed some of my interviews last week, I did a whole series called Business Done Differently, and I got to interview some of my favorite women entrepreneurs. So we have Colleen Nichols in there, we have Jackie McDonald, we have Deidre Sirianni, we have Hannah Hermanson. So go over to Instagram, click our highlights, click Business Done Differently, and you will find those videos in there. And yeah, I just can't recommend going and tuning into those conversations enough. They're so, so, so powerful. And then I have another one coming up this week on Thursday with Tara Brunette, who is the creator of Tara Brunette Mindset. So that's going to be really fun. So lots of great updates. And then, of course, if you are not registered yet for our free week, it is called Master Your Magnetism. And it's going to be 5 days to become a magnet to your abundance. And this is like all channeled information that I have brought into my brain through going into deep meditations, deep visualizations, doing lots of work to understand leaders and experts in the field of the science of manifesting and being able to take that information and distill it down so that I can share it and teach it with you. So Kayla and I are going to be hosting this workshop together. And while, yes, we always have a lens on entrepreneurship, because I believe creating your own source of income can literally be the solution to literally every problem in our lives. If you're like, I don't want to have another stream of income, or I don't want to be an entrepreneur, this free week will still apply to you, because we're talking about mastering your magnetism when it comes to your relationships, your health, your well-being, your money, your bank account, travel, all those things. So I just want to make sure that that is really clear, that you don't have to be an entrepreneur. However, no guarantees that you won't walk away from the week feeling like, okay, I'm ready to start my business. And then after our free week, which is the 13th to the 17th, like lots happening in our community in February, the following week week, we are kicking off the first of our 8-week series of Align Business School. So people are already getting registered. This is probably the best thing to do, is get registered ahead of time so you can start to take a look over the content. You've got a full workbook that's going to take you through 8 modules. Then we're going to do the program live with you. So if you've been wanting access to Kayla and I to coach with Kayla and I, this is your chance. Come get yourself into Align Business School. We begin on Monday, February 20th. That's me looking up at my calendar. We begin on Monday, February 20th, and we are live streaming every week for 8 weeks. You're going to be able to ask us anything and everything you want to know about business. It's just going to be exactly what you need to catapult yourself into having this maybe first, second, third, seventh stream of income. We're talking to business owners who want to actually make a profit in their business. So if you've got a passion project, or maybe you have a direct sales business, or maybe you've created a course and it's kind of just been gathering dust, whatever it might be, we know that money, economic empowerment for women, is how we're going to change our generation and the next generation and generations after that. And so we need our businesses to be making money. And so with that, we're also going to be doing a lot of money mindset within our time together, because you have to be okay to put a price point on your products and services and feel okay to make that sale. So don't worry, you're going to have all the confidence you will ever need to be able to sell the amazing product or service that you might have living up here in your mind. So I think that those are my reminders for now. And then what I want to get into is this whole conversation about how your business is going to grow to the level of problems you can handle, AKA your set point. So we've heard Amanda Francis, for example, talk about your energetic set point or your ceiling when it comes to your money. We've heard her talk about how if you start to look at, if you've got a few different credit cards, student loans, different areas in your life where you might have debt, what happens is people tend to accumulate the same amount of debt or similar amount of debt in various areas of their life. So your set point might be $5,000 on one credit card and $5,000 on your student loan and $5,000 on your line of credit. And you might be very okay with that. But if it was, say, $20,000 on each of those things, you would not be okay with that, because your set point is, I'm okay with up to $5,000, but not more than $5,000. And then the same can be true on the other end. We have people that get really comfortable with, like, well, I've made $60K in my 9 to 5, let's just say. And so I'm really comfortable with generating $60K. And so then they go to start their own business and they hit this energetic set point of $60K, because that is the energetic level that they're used to receiving. And so we want to be able to take this information and figure out, okay, well, what does this mean when we're talking about the level of problems or the set point that you might have in your business? And so then that leads us into the conversation of, like, well, your business will grow to the level of problems that you can solve. Well, if you are brand new in your business, some of the problems that you might be trying to solve in the very beginning of your business would be, I want my URL with my name and it's taken. I want my clients to know that I am switching from being a online course creator to being an online podcaster. In the beginning, the problems might be, I need to get all of my right bank accounts set up and get my business license. And then therefore, because those are your quote unquote problems, those are the things that you are personally going to be trying to solve within your business. And your business is only going to grow to the length at which you are going to solve the problems, because our business will only grow to the size of the problems that we're experiencing. And this is kind of like a divert, but it's similar. I heard on a podcast months ago someone referring to hearing, and I believe it was Seth Godin. So this is like really like he said, she said sort of thing, because I can't remember the podcast and I can't remember who said it. And I'm pretty sure they were referencing Seth Godin, but don't quote me on this for sure. Whomever it was, I thought this was really brilliant when I heard it. If it was Seth Godin, he said that the best leaders, the best business owners are those that are willing to have tough conversations on a daily basis. And then he said the way that you can measure your level of success as a leader, as a business owner, is how many hard/tough conversations you're willing to have on a daily basis. And that really sat with me because I know that there's a lot of people out there, women in particular, who are afraid to ask for what they want, who are afraid to be direct, who are afraid to have those hard conversations. I mean, we've coached so many women who want to start and grow a business, and they're so afraid of having the hard conversations with their family and friends about, like, this is the world that they're stepping into. They're so afraid to say that they're a coach or that they're an author or that, like, here's my website, come buy it. That's not even the challenging conversation. Then you eventually get to this place where you might take on a contractor or hire a social media manager or partner up with somebody to do a collaboration. And if you don't say what's on your mind, if you don't speak your truth, direct with love, if you're not stating your boundaries, if you're not, letting people know what's important to you in your business, then you're not willing to have those hard conversations. And if it is Seth Godin that we're quoting, then he would say, then your level of success isn't going to feel that high, because when we can have those, we're all better for it. When we can all have quote unquote challenging conversations, when we can all give and receive feedback from a place of knowing that it is how we grow, that is how your business is going to grow. So if we transfer that back over to those of you that are starting and growing a business, and those of you that are, a little bit more seasoned as business owners, really starting to look at the problems that you have, and are they problems you want to be having? Because if you want, say, a 7-figure business, you've got to know that with a 7-figure business comes 7-figure business owner challenges, 7-figure business owner problems. Who do I hire next? Who do I let go of next? How many more hours do I give this person? Where do I start to put my investments? Do I increase my profit margin? Who's the next coach or mentor to invest in? Like, hearing that, you might think, well, that doesn't sound too challenging to decide who do I get to work with next and who do I get to hire to bring on and help my team. But it really is, because you want to make sure that you're putting the right people in the right seat when it comes to your company. You don't want to just hire friends and family or somebody because you like them. While that's really nice, and we've certainly been there, because we've thought, well, you know what, like, we really like this person and we really do believe they'll do a good job. It doesn't benefit anybody to put the wrong person in the wrong role. The people that we've hired that, like, it's not actually their zone of genius, then they don't feel like they're keeping up, and then we feel like we've hired wrong. And so that becomes our set of problems, and that goes to show the level of which our business will grow. Because if we can't get past putting the right person in the right role, well, then we become the bottleneck of our company. So there's a lot of people out there who are starting off, who are wanting to get their first 5-10 people in their program, or they're wanting to get to their first 100 people on their email list, maybe their first 100 downloads of their podcast, whatever it might be. I want you, for those of you listening, because most of you are business owners, I want you to close your eyes here, take a deep breath, and I want you to take a moment and really think about, what problems am I really facing right now in my business? What are these problems? What is my solution to these problems? Am I willing to find a solution to these problems? Or am I going to continue to complain about them, or hope that they go away on their own, or bypass them? Or, this is what is really common, or hope that I can park these problems for now at my 4 or 5-figure business and hope that I can really get to 6 and 7 figures, and that I'm not going to have bigger problems. There's a saying, and it's pretty common, of like, new level, new devil. This is what we're talking about, the energetic set point in your business. So And you want to have problems. I heard Grant Cardone say in his book 10X that you want to have problems that you can solve as a business owner, not have problems. And the example he gives in his story, I heard it on Audible, was that if you're a restaurant owner, a really good problem to be trying to solve is your wait list. So people coming and showing up and wanting to get into the 6 o'clock reservation and you've got no more room. Well, if you don't see that as a problem, you'll just say, we don't have any more room. Go across the street, go down the road, whatever it might be. And now you're giving your business away because you don't want to own up to this problem that you have. Whereas successful business owners who see their problems as their set points and an opportunity for growth would say, you know what? This is where I'm going to create a wait list. This is where I'm going to create this experience where people are willing to stand in line, to put their name down, to go for an hour walk around the city and come back. And they're still going to give me their business because we are making our business, we are making this problem something that we can work with rather than not having any problem at all. Or imagine not even having a wait list because nobody wants to be at your restaurant. Well, what would you rather be? The restaurant owner that has the problem of like, wow, there's so many people lining up and we need to solve this, or the restaurant owner that has nobody lining up and you've got no problems to solve. So having problems to solve as a business owner is actually a really good thing. And it's a really good indicator of where you may be at. You can apply this to other areas of life. You could apply this to your health, to your wealth, to your relationships, whatever it might be. Look at what are you deeming as challenging or problematic right now, and how can you use that to say, you know what, this wasn't a problem for me 10 years ago. Like, how much money do I move over into that savings account? I'm not really sure. This feels a little bit like a challenge. Well, 10 years ago, you might not have had any money to move over to a savings account. So really start to look at your problems or challenges or set points, whatever verbiage feels best for you, as an opportunity to reflect on where you are and how far you've come and where you'd like to go in the future. A 6-figure business owner, their problems, they don't want that to be their problems in a year from now. They want to have 7-figure business owner problems. You see what I'm saying? So with growth, with opportunity, with awareness, we are able to expand. We are able to grow. We're able to see things through a new lens, new perspective. And this is what I wanted to offer to you today. So I would love to hear, I always love your feedback. You can let me know whether it's in the comments on YouTube or if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, whatever that might be, Apple, Spotify, Google. Send us a message over on Instagram DM or share this episode or leave a comment on YouTube and let me know, what are you feeling like? You know what? I'm actually pretty grateful that this is a challenge that I'm coming up against right now because it's showing me that I actually have a business that has challenges. And I know that it's something I want to work through and can work through so that I can get to the next level. This is what I would love to hear from you. Please don't forget to tune into Kayla and I going live this whole week, February 6th to 10th. And then again next week, make sure you are registered. You can do that. It's free for our Master Your Magnetism 5-day training. It's a training. You're going to walk away with tools each and every single day. And the way that you can get registered for that is by heading to our website, myalignedpurpose.com. It's right there. You cannot miss it. Share it with your friends. We always have giveaways for people who refer people to our free events. And if you are not yet registered in Align Business School, but you know that you're joining us, you're going to want to just go get signed up now. You can have a payment plan if that works better for you. And we cannot wait to start this journey with you of starting, growing, or scaling your already tangible business. All right. Happy Monday, everyone.